Hello guys, so you may have just gotten your makeup in the mail, your palettes, your tins, and you're just wondering, where do I start? What do I do? I'm going to show you how you can put it in your palette and how to apply it, and just by doing a simple basic hack, which stands for highlight and contour. So I'm just going to show you the basics of applying your makeup so that you can be doing your makeup in 5 minutes or less and be out the door. So you can follow along when you get your makeup, pause where you need to, and just do it with me. All right, so you got a bunch of tins like this. They all come with beautiful lids. You just slide the lid off, and then these are all magnetic. So you are gonna pop these in your palette, kind of in whatever order you're gonna do your makeup. So I have the palette 12 here. This is one that I most often recommend so that you have room to grow. These top 4 colors are your 4 basic colors for your 3D foundation. You have your main highlight, your brightening highlight, a contour, and a lip and cheek. So those are your basics that you need to do your whole face. And then I'll just have a couple extras in here to show you. And then you have room to grow. So if you got some eyeshadows, or later on down the road you want some eyeshadows or some illuminators or a setting powder or a brush towel, cleaning towel, anything like that, you have room so that you can still keep everything in one palette and you're not getting another palette down the road. So this is the palette 12. So your makeup's gonna come in these little tins. Everything's magnetic. They're just gonna pop right into your palette. And I always recommend keeping the lids to your tins just in case you know, you end up getting more tins than fit in your palette and you want to swap things out as the seasons change, or if you're going on a trip and only want to take certain colors with you, then you can pop them out of your palette, put them on the tin, put the tin cover on so that they're still nice and protected. So I hang on to these, so don't throw them out, and they're so pretty. So anyways, keep them for future if you need them. Okay, and so once you put everything in your palette, you can put it in whatever order you want. I have no right or wrong way to put them in. If you find that you're putting on your makeup in a certain order, then you can put them in the order that you put on your foundation. It really doesn't matter. So just put it in whatever works best for you. You can put it this way, you can put it that way, whichever. And then I'm gonna use these 2 brushes. So these are my 2 favorite to get started. The blush bronzer brush, so you most likely got this if you wanted a light to medium coverage, or the detail brush as well if you just wanted that extra contouring detail. Or I might have also recommended the shape brush, which is great for those of you that just wanted that really, really light coverage. Or here's the 3D brush, medium coverage. So whatever brush you use, you're gonna use for your whole face, minus your eyeshadows. So you can use that, and we'll get started. So you can start with your contour, or you can start with your main highlights, whichever you prefer. There's no right or wrong way. So just try a bunch of different orders and see what you like best. If you have any color correcting to do, I might have color matched you to a 3rd highlight color. And this is just a darker one that will help give extra coverage where you might have extra darkness that your main will not cover up, because darkness always covers dark. So if you have any areas that are super dark, darker than your main shade, you might want an extra color that's darker to help cover those. And it will also help get you through the other seasons. So in the summer, if you tend to get a lot darker, like I do, this is actually my summer color. It's mango, but then I also use it in the winter just to do any extra color correcting. So I have a lot of blue under my eyes, so the mango is just really good for helping cover any dark under eye circles. If you don't have that 3rd color corrector, just use your main highlight. So use your darker color to cover any areas of darkness. If you don't have any darkness under your eyes, don't worry about putting your main highlight under here or your color corrector. All right, so do any color correcting that you need to do. If you have acne or rosacea that just needs a little bit of that darker color, you can do that first. And then you can, well, I'll show you the contour first. So your contour is your darkest one. That is the dark brown one, kind of scary looking. Do not be afraid. So you're just going to tap your brush into the contour. Sometimes it can be a little bit stiffer than the main highlights. So if it is, you can kind of give it a little wiggle, and then you're gonna put your contour right where your kind of the top of your ear is with your hairline, and just bring it kind of right on top of your cheekbone. And I kind of just stipple mine on like that. The thing with the contour is you just don't want to come too low, because that will pull your face down. The whole point is to lift lift your cheeks and chisel it out. So that's all you do with your contour. So you can do the same with the other side, like that. And I also try to keep it on from the middle of my pupil out. I don't go in too close to my nose. And then the other place you're gonna put your contour is up by your hairline. So you can come down to about here. So just get up by your hairline, pull your hair back, pull your hair back if you need to. And then you just wanna make sure that you have kind of blended it into your hairline. So the creams are super blendable. Don't be afraid of going too dark with the contour. It just will blend right out. And you kind of want the contour to show up. People are afraid to go heavy with the contour, but don't be afraid of it. And then if it is a bit too dark, you can just blend it out. And then I start at the bottom of the ear and just go along the jawline. So that will really just help chisel out your neck. And then if you need to bring it right underneath your chin, like that. And then you can also bring it down your neck. So just make sure that you're blending the contour down. And that's it for your contour. I also contour my nose, which I'll do after. You don't have to do that, but that's what I like to do. And you can just play around and have fun with it. You'll find all different ways for the contour. So you could even just kind of go underneath your lip if you wanted to make your lip a little bit more pouty. You can use it to eyeline your eyes, line your lips, all kinds of different uses for the contour. All right, so you can also blend your contour as you go, or you can blend it all after. So whatever you prefer. I kind of like half blended. I just like stipple it on, and then I'll do like a little extra blending with my cheeks when I put on my lip and cheek color. So then next is your main highlight. So, oh, and if you got the blush bronzer brush, if you're gonna put on the contour, just pinch it, because this is kind of more fluffy. So then you can just pinch it to get that finer line for your contour. So the blush bronzer brush, you're gonna use the smaller end. This end is super, super fluffy, and I'll show you what you can use this side for later. But you're going to just tap into your main highlight. So the biggest trick with these creams, because they are super pigmented, you don't wanna swipe your brush in. You will get way too much product on. So you're just literally tapping, and then you're just gonna kind of go wherever you didn't put your contour. So the whole point is just to have one layer of makeup on your face, and then just tap it on. You can do like little circles to kind of buff it in, or just kind of stipple it. So this brush is going to give you a really light to medium coverage. I always recommend starting out really, really light, and then if you need to add in more later, you can. Just the number one mistake with the cream makeup is putting on too much. And if you put on too much, then you likely will not like it. It will look like the wrong color. It will feel tacky or look oily on your skin. So that's my number one tip for you, is just to not put on too much. All right, so always start with the most minimal amount of product that you can. So also then if you have lots of redness around your nose, just kind of get in good around your nose. The cream highlights are super, super good at getting rid of redness. So they all have a little bit of yellow in them to counteract that redness and bring out that glow and just look beautiful on your face. So anywhere where you have redness, it will help take away that. And then you can put on your brightener last. So the only place that I put my brightener is around your eyes and the middle of your face. And that's just going to add brightness around your eyes and just really make your eyes pop, make you look awake. It's amazing. So this brush is a little fluffy. So again, you're gonna wanna pinch it, or you can also just use your fingers to just get right in the corner. I like to just put it in the inner and outer corner, especially if I've color corrected with a darker color. Again, we don't want to layer too much makeup around our eyes because then our skin is very, very thin here, and you might have more fine lines and wrinkles if you're a little bit older. So you just want to have minimal product so that it's not too thick and heavy underneath your eye. So I'm just going to use my detail brush again, but you could use your blush bronzer. Just pinch it if you really need to get up by the corner of that eye there, and then just blend it together. And then that's all you have to do. And then if you were going to do eyeshadows, then you would also just do your eyelid. because that just helps prime your eye. It'll also just awaken and brighten up that whole eye area as well. And then again, you're just going to go in the inner corner, and you can come down the side of your nose too. And then the outer corner, kind of sweep it up. That'll just kind of lift your eyes and then just blend it together. So again, you're just lightly tapping that product in. You're not swiping, okay? Tap, don't swipe. And then blend that out. So what I like to do, and you don't have to do this, but I really like to put contour on my nose. I just love the effect that it gives. So you can either use your fingers to put that on, or if you had the blush bronzer brush, you can just again pinch it, or if you have the detail brush, which is really nice for this, just put a nice, just a light line on either side of the bridge of your nose. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. So that's just creating that shadow. And then you can bring it up to your eyebrow, and then just like do the end there. And then I like to just take my finger and put it in my brightener. So again, your brightener is your just lighter of your two highlight colors. And I just put it down the center of my nose like that. And then you can just blend that out. And so you don't want to blend out your contour too much. You still want to like see that shadow so that you get the effect that you want. And then that's it. And so then last, you're just gonna finish off your look with your lip and cheek color. So because the creams are so good at getting rid of any redness, you wanna bring a little bit of that natural flush back to your cheeks. So I have Hollywood here. It's just a nice everyday pink. So you just put that above your contour. And I, again, like to keep it on the outer half of my eye and up. And then you can just kind of like stipple it on, or just do like little circles. And then this is where I just kind of like finish off any blending with my contour. And then that's it. And then, or you can just, again, use your finger, place it above your lip and cheek color. And then just blend it out. And then you can use that same color. I like to just kind of also flip this end over. This end is super, super fluffy, so I just like to maybe sometimes just do a little extra little blend kind of all over, and then use that same color on your lips. So you can use your finger. I always recommend washing your hands before you're putting on your makeup and starting with a clean face. Or you can also use the multitasker brush. You might have got that to do. This one does everything, but it's also really great for your lips. And then you just use the same color on your lips. And that's it. That's your basic face, your 3D foundation. It might take you a few tries to get the hang of it, or just to figure out what order you like to put stuff on. And I'm going to show you another method in a little bit later on how to do the cheetah hack method. So you can put it on with just the brush, or you can put it on with your fingers by dotting it on and then blending it out. There's no right or wrong way, so just do what works best for you. So just some troubleshooting things. Again, less is more. Just put the smallest amount of product on that you need. If you're struggling with your makeup, please reach out to me. I am happy to help you, or do a one-on-one FaceTime so I can see your colors. And if you're first putting it on and you really have tried it a few times and have really made sure to put it on minimally, and you think the color is still not working, I would like to see a picture, and then I can help you either troubleshoot or pick out a new color. All right, you have 30 days to return it, so there's never any risk at trying the makeup. Okay, so that's your basic 3D face. Now, if you got a few other things, I'm going to quickly show you those. Okay, so if you got a bronzer, so this is this brown one. There's 4 different shades. This one is Bella. So if you got bronzer, again, apply it with whatever brush you have, but you can get it as a bundle with the blush bronzer brush. So you probably got it with this. So I like to use just this fluffy end. And again, this is super pigmented. So I like to just put the bronzer like kind of in a C around here. And then I just like lightly blend it out. So it's just gonna really warm up your face, give you that glow. You can put some down your neck if you need to kind of tie your neck together. But it's really, really pigmented. You just need a small amount, unless you like lots of bronzer, then you can go to town. But you're just adding that hint of a glow. If you wanted to put a little bit on your nose, it's great for tying your neck to your chest and your face. And then that's it, super simple. So just a little C. And I would probably put it on before my lip and cheek color if I was gonna use bronzer. But again, whatever works best for you. And then if you got the illuminator, so the illuminators come in either a cream or a powder. So the illuminators just give you that extra shimmery glow. This one is a cream, this one's honey, so it looks really, really yellow, but it's just gonna give you this very subtle shimmer. The creams are more subtle than the powders, so you're just putting it on the tops of your cheekbones, and it's just gonna look really beautiful when the light catches the top of your cheekbone. You can also put it on the top of your brow bone. You can put it in the inner corner of your eye. You could put it like in your Cupid's bow or in the center of your lips. All kinds of amazing places that you can use it just to add that little extra shimmer and pop. If you had the powder, you can use a brush, or again, just use your finger. Let me just use a brush here. So this one's Photoshop, it's pink. You can also use it as an eyeshadow. So again, you're just gonna put it on the top of your cheekbone. So the powders, you might not be able to see it in the camera, but the powders definitely will give you more of a pop than the creams. The creams will be a bit more subtle. The powders will be a little bit more showy. But yeah, they make a beautiful eyeshadow. So if you wanted to double it up as an eyeshadow, you could totally do that too. Or even just use your finger to put that on, whatever. So super, super pretty. Everything is multi-versatile. So you can use, everything is dual purpose, triple purpose. So just have lots of fun with your makeup. If you make a mistake, it's just cream, just blend it away, try again. If you have any questions, please reach out. And I hope you have lots of fun and enjoy it and feel amazing in it. So enjoy.